About our last periodic test, just I want to make a comment about that. In general, as it is the first OMR sheet examination, it is satisfactory. Many have done very well. And marking, shading is also good, no much problem. There are certain common mistakes. Students made mistakes in common, same answers. So just I will make you the answers just now to make you know. And you see, in the 1 mark objective MCQ questions, in contrast to other subjects, your core subjects, physics, chemistry, maths, biology, literature will be based on mainly on the connotation of the textbook, not on the denotation. It is based on the connotation. So, whatever is applied in the class based on you, I told you, you should be one of the character of the lesson. In this way, its reference will be there. So that is why I had given you that type of certain questions, so that your thoughts should be gone in that way. And certain things you have made mistake, and that just I want to bring out the answers first. The simile dreams looms like a mirage. That is number 3, illusory and indistinct. That is a real answer. Certain students have written a reality but not attained. That is a denotation. The connotation is other one. So I have given you both this time. I have given you the mark for both. Okay. I will learn to drive a car. It is determined. He has determined. He has a roof over his head. The tone of the author was empathetic. Empathetic. Choose the term best matches the statement. The young men echo the lament of the elders. It is the reflection. That is why they left looking for gold in the big city. It is for survival. Survival. In the lesson Lost Spring, the author has an attitude of empathy. Not only sympathy, it is an empathy. My introduction to the YMCA pool. This was a clear case of repression. Repression. The misadventure that took place right after the author had left some relief and comfort was that bully tossed him. The curtain of life fell corresponds to drama. Curtain is falling in drama. Which option denotes that author lost consciousness, oblivion? On that day I have told you, oblivion is a particular word. The phrase way down head does not refer to being. Does not. That is, ashamed at her plight. Then, the poem, the elementary school, compassionate. The gusty way, survival and struggle. Pick the most suitable phrase for break or break open, break free. A child in the slum experiencing the dreary life would have the least access to education. Education. Pick out the phrase that portrays poverty and hopelessness in the poem An Elementary School. Spectacles of steel. Pick out the most appropriate word to express the mood of the poet in keeping quiet, inspiration. What might the huge silence signify? Great understanding. tremendous trees whose branches meet overhead, imagery. How would you describe Charlie, an escapist? How do you describe Sadavo? He is very prudent. Daring is there, but more meaningful it is prudent. Daring is also, sometimes it may suit, depending. At the end of the conversation with the general, Sadavo felt relieved and guilt-free. The author of the lesson, Deep Water, William Douglas. Keeping Quiet, Pablo Neruda. Author third level, Jack Finney. These type of questions also will come. Not only indirect ones. The author of the story, Pearl's Buck. Meaning of Sahib-e-Alam, Lord of the Universe. If you had seen me, you would have called. In if clauses, when had comes, the next clause will be would have. We will study. I will teach you. After the lessons, we have enough time. So we will go with some grammar also this year. A special bonus for you. Since we have enough time, we will go with some special grammar also. The teacher said that he had sent, first one, each member of the group deserves, that also we will see, such kind of things also we will see. When each comes, the verb will be singular. So these are the things. Anyway, generally all have done well. Lesser mistakes are there. So anyway, for the next time we will see. When we come to the lesson, in the last class, we could see the man behind Sadavo. He said, simply saturate. So he trained the man, the doctor, starts here the work, and he trains his wife as a helper, as an anesthetic expert. Simply saturate the cotton and hold it near his nostrils. Sadavo replied without delaying for one moment to intricate details of his work. When he breathes badly, move it. When he breathes badly, move it away a little weak. That means when the body is weak, when the pulse rate is down, that is breathing badly, at that time, if you give more chloroform, it may be danger. So that is why when breathing badly, you have to keep the chloroform little away. Clear now? She crouched close to the sleeping face of the young American. She bent down and sat. It was a piteously thin face. Poorly. It was a weak face, she thought, and the lips were twisted. The lips were twisted. The man was suffering whether he knew it or not. The man was suffering whether he knew it or not. That means the man was unconscious. The man was unconscious. So he was groaning. He was moving to right and left. So from outside we feel that the man is feeling pain. The man is feeling some kind of suffocation. That is why he is groaning, he is making the sound, he is turning to right and left and all these things. But she says whether he knows it or not, that we do not know. When it was a piteously thin face, she thought, and the lips were twisted. The man was suffering, whether he knew it or not. Watching him, she wondered if the stories they heard sometimes of the sufferings of prisoners were true. So she had heard a number of stories about the prisoners of war or the prisoners. How do they suffer in the prison? She had a lot of stories with her. So here she sees a prisoner of war. And basically, white people were the enemies of Japanese. So when the white people are the prisoners of war, she could imagine how do the Japanese would react to them. So he might have received a lot of torture there. That is why she wondered if the stories they heard sometimes of the sufferings of the prisoners were true. Such kind of stories would have been true in the life of this man. They came like flickers of rumor, told by word of mouth and always contradicted. So these comments came as a rumor, maybe hearsay. Sometimes it may be contradicted also, may not be true also. In the newspapers, the reports were always that wherever the Japanese armies went, the people received them gladly with the cries of joy at their liberation. So, it is heard that wherever Japanese soldiers go, people welcomed them with joy, merriment, because these soldiers took the courage to make them free. So, Japanese soldiers got great appreciation all the places. But sometimes she remembered such men as General Takima, underline General Takima, who at home beat his wife cruelly, underline, beat his wife cruelly. Though no one mentioned it now that he had fought so victorious a battle in Manchuria, underline, battle in Manchuria. So you see, this is what is called contradictions. So, Hannah as a wife, not as a citizen, Hannah as a wife recollects these Japanese, a bad comment for the husbands, isn't it? Japanese soldiers, wherever they go, they were well appreciated. They are welcomed. They were received with great joy. And the people say they were very loving and victorious. They have given us freedom. All the good appreciations are for the soldiers. Well and good. But she says people often forget certain things. Which are they? These people, how these people are at home towards their children, towards their wife. And she tells an example, the General General Takima, he was a very victorious soldier. He was a very victorious general. In the battle of Manchuria, he had his remarkable victories. But when he is at home, he tortures his wife. This is what is called the contradiction. Understood? The word contradiction, it's a connotation. It's a meaning here. Why it is contradiction? The rumors are contradiction. These kind of people, many of the soldiers are a contradiction. At home, please students switch on the videos. Half of the students are there without the videos. Those who are traveling, I can understand, no need. Others somehow told me that they are on travel. It's okay, no problem. But those who are at home, please switch on the videos. This is early morning, first period, you are very fresh, you are attending the class. Switch on the videos. So, this is the meaning of the word contradiction. So, they are very happy, victorious in the war. But at home, they are making their war with their wives. So, here you see, he had fought so victorious a battle in Manchuria, General Takima. But at home, he beats his wife cruelly. So think he may be taking practice how to beat the enemies. So he is taking the practice with his wife, isn't it? Conquering the wife, conquering his wife in a victorious battle, he practices and he executes with the other country. You see the contradiction. If a man like that could be so cruel to a woman in his power, would he not be cruel to one like this, for instance? You see, General Takima was such a cruel man. Though he was a well-known general in the military, you see, though he was a very famous soldier and major general in the military, his personal life was not positive, not happy. He was a cruel man. Hannah says he was a cruel man. So if he were a cruel man, he would have acted cruelly to this poor man, to this soldier. That is why this man is laying here half dead. Clearly understood? Okay. So, if a man like that, Major Takima, could be so cruel to a woman in his power, would he not be cruel to one like this, for instance? She hoped anxiously that this young man had not been tortured. She hoped anxiously that this young man had not been tortured. It was at this moment that she observed deep red scars on his neck, just under the ear. So now she could see a scar at the neck below the ear. Those scars, she murmured, lifting her eyes to Sadavo. Lifting her eyes to Sadavo means looking at Sadavo. She asked, what do you mean by these scars? What do you mean? But he did not answer. Sadavo didn't answer. Sadavo didn't answer. At this moment, he felt the tip of his instrument. At this moment, he felt the tip of his instrument striking against something hard. So, an instrument was in his hand. At that time, he realized, he sensed something touching dangerously near the kidney. Near the kidney, position of kidney, anatomy, biology students, at the position of the kidney, kidney, his instrument touched something. All thought left him. He felt only purest pleasure. He probed with his fingers, familiar with every atom of this human body. Underline, he probed with his fingers, delicately familiar with every atom of this human body. Every atom of this human body means every point, every inch, every point of the body. That is why in the previous pages we have seen a doctor should be very thorough with the anatomy of the human body, the structure of the human body, where the kidney is, where the pancreas is, where the liver is, everything the person should know. That is what is called expertising anatomy. So he was a well experienced doctor, and he knew the purest anatomy of a human body. So he moved his fingers. His old American professor, his professor of anatomy, had seen to that knowledge. So his professor taught him what he should have on the subject anatomy. What was it? Ignorance of the human body is the surgeon's cardinal sin. Lack of the knowledge in anatomy of the human body is the cardinal sin. Cardinal sin means a major sin. It is a major sin. It is a major drawback. So, if a doctor doesn't know the anatomy of a human body, it is a great sin. It is a great mistake. Contrary to this, Dr. Sadavo was an expert in the anatomy of human body. He had thundered at his classes year after year. That means he was learning seriously year after year on this matter. To operate without as complete knowledge of the body as if you had made it anything less than that is a murder. Underline. So if anybody conducts a surgery on a human body without a clear knowledge about the anatomy of the human body, that surgery will be termed as a murder. Because such kind of surgery may lead to the death of the patient, and the doctor will be a murderer. That is the advice, that is a taming given by his professor, To operate without as complete knowledge of the body as if you had made it anything less than that is murder. Anything that is less than murder. It is not quite at the kidney, my friend, Sadavo murmured. It is not quite at the kidney. It was his habit to murmur to the patient when he forgot himself in an operation. So it was his habit. He won't respond to our questions. While he is immersed, while he is doing the operation, while he is giving concentration to the operation, he may speak unknowingly certain things. He may murmur. My friend, he always called his patients my friends, my friend. And so now he called. Whom he called? He called his enemy my friend. That's the meaning there, you see. What is the denotation? Always he calls the patient my friend. What is the connotation here? Here the patient is his enemy. And he had the courage to call his enemy my friend. My friend. He always called his patients. And so now he did. Underline. So now he did. He did not call him enemy. Forgetting that, you see, forgetting that this was his enemy. Then quickly, with the cleanest and most precise of incisions. Incision means surgical cut. That is here meaning incision, surgical cut. You see, cleanest and precise, accurate, precise of incisions, the bullet was out. That means in order to take a bullet, he did not open the whole stomach. No. His incision was very clear, like laparoscopic surgery, keyhole surgery. The laparoscopic surgeon, what he will do, to the point he will insert the needle, from there it comes out. Incision is precise. In laparoscopy, incision should be precise. It should reach the clear point, then only it will come out. Clear now? In this way, here you see the size, you can imagine the size of a bullet, very small. Very small. And in order to take out, he has made an incision, he has made a cut, which is minimum necessary to take it out. And the cut was just above that bullet. Clear now? That is what is called here, cleanest and most precise of incisions. The bullet was out. Underline. The cleanest and most precise of incisions. The man quivered, but he was still unconscious. The man turned. The man moved, but he was unconscious. Nevertheless, he muttered a few English words. Though he was unconscious, he spoke certain English words. Guts, he muttered, choking. They got my guts. So he was unconsciously, he was speaking. Sadavo, Hannah cried sharply. Hush, Sadavo said. The man sank again into silence. So profound, deep silence. The man went. That Sadavo took up his wrist. So after this murmur or shouting, he went into oblivion. You see? He fell in oblivion, deep water. He fell into unconscious level. So Sadavo bent and took his pulse. hating the touch of it. Yes, there was still a pulse. So faint, so feeble, but enough. You see? So feeble, so faint, but is enough. That shows the quality of the doctor. That shows the quality of the doctor. That means I can build up the life in him if he has a faint pulse. That shows the expertised surgeon. So there was still a pulse. He is not dead. So feeble, so faint, but enough. If he wanted the man to live, if Sadavo wanted the man to live, this faint pulse is enough for him. He can make the man alive. But the thing, underline the word, if he wanted. What is the opposite side? If he didn't want, he can kill him also. That means he will not take care of that pulse and the patient would die. Okay. But certainly I do not want this man to live, he thought. He thought, for what purpose I should make this man alive? Certainly no more anesthetic, he told Hannah. It's enough, it's enough. No need of anesthesia. He turned as swiftly as though he had never paused. And from his medicines, he chose a small vial and from it filled a hypodermic. Hypodermic, you know, it is an injection given on the upper level of the skin. That is called hypodermic. An injection that is given on the upper layer of the skin. That is called a hypodermic. When you go to hospital, if you are admitted in the hospital, you might have experienced there are different kinds of injections. One is hypodermic, one is intramuscle, intravenous. Biology students may be knowing. Intravenous drip is given to you. Intravenous, the needle is given into the vein. That is called intravenous. That is given straightly into the vein. Intramuscle, it will be given on the shoulder or on the back of the back. It will be given. That is intramuscle. So intramuscle, intravenous. Here he has taken an injection on hypodermic and thrust into the patient's left arm here. Okay. Then putting down the needle, he took the man's wrist again. Again he checked the pulse. The pulse under his fingers fluttered once or twice and then grew stronger. After that, the pulse improved. Okay. The rest we will see in the next class. Okay, thank you.